commissioner spends time with his PR people several times a year. It's much more intimate. The PR guy and the commissioner are joined at the hip during the course of a regular day in the office at Major League Baseball, when they're going to do an appearance. But when it is spring training, All-Star Game, and World Series, that is go time for the commissioner of baseball. You are doing a bunch of media tours, a bunch of appearances, and we got to lock it up. We got to get our messages straight. There is rehearsing. Rob Manfred's out there meeting the media. He had to go on Pat McAfee's show. I'm only laughing because I assume he likes going on McAfee as much as he likes going on Lebitard's show. I assume it's the bane of his existence to have to go on McAfee, because McAfee is not a serious person when it comes to this. He is a character, a successful character, but you have to try to stay on message when McAfee is going to try to get you off message, because ESPN is not your friend. Pat McAfee is not your friend. He's not your partner. ESPN and MLB, negotiating or not, they are two entities who are at loggerheads in myriad ways. Heck, all you had to do is watch Get Up or First Take yesterday, and you'd know immediately, wow, they do not like baseball. Not one mention of the home run derby on either of those two shows. Not a mention. Oh, yeah, it's tonight at 8. We'll see it. Not a segment, not an explanation, nothing. Hey, is LeBron better than Jordan? McAfee did his show from Atlanta. He is now the person ESPN uses, and he works his tuchus off. Don't get me wrong. He's everywhere. But he's the shiny toy that ESPN brings out, the wrestling character. Get young people interested. You're not going to have, the old guys, the old Hall of Famers doing introductions. You want excitement. So Pat brings his show, and they're doing it, and Rob Manfred gets on it, and Rob was going through his messages of, yeah, we want more national games than regional games. Well, yes, that's true. We want to make sure that we're not in the blackout business. That's important to say, because fans around the demographics are saying, we don't like the fact that we can't watch a game when we want to watch a game. What's with these blackouts? I've explained it 1,000 times if I've explained it once. The blackouts were part of something called home territories. You owned your home territory. You bought your home territory when you bought your team, and then you sold the rights to games in your home territory exclusively to your regional network, and you were not allowed to encroach on anybody else's home territory. That's what blackouts are. But no. The better plan is, let's make sure that everyone can watch whatever they want, wherever they are, however they want to watch it. Amen. I'm in. Problem. It's causing a decrease in the value of the regional games. So you say, let's do more national games. All right. Any follow-up from Pat on that? Commenting about the Pirates. Have you ever seen more people pile on the Pirates than what people do? I just don't get it. Are they the example you want to use? Do you want to go over the last 50 years? Are you sure that they're the team? Are you sure that every sport doesn't have, by definition, teams at the bottom and teams at the top? I'm not going to defend Bill Nutting again, because I've done it to you. But is that really necessary? Was it necessary for McAfee to introduce Rooker as a player in a minor league baseball park? You think MLB was happy with that intro? You think they got approval over the script? I don't. They would have wanted it, though. The purpose of Rob meeting the media was to make sure that he got some messages across. The big one is that he had been out front telling you that he was going to announce a new, smaller package. Remember the ESPN $550 million package that disappeared? That he was going to announce a new package by the All-Star game. I've always encouraged owners and commissioners to be super careful with self-imposed deadlines. I'm a big fan of talking about the deadlines you cannot control. Free agency, the first day of the World Series, opening day, the trade deadline. Those are all deadlines and days that are given to you that there's not one thing you can do about. But I don't really like saying, I will have a naming rights deal done by July 10th, 2011. Why? What would be the purpose of saying that? We will have a TV deal done by the All-Star game. What's the upside of that deadline? It's only downside when you don't miss it, and then people are saying, whoa, you don't have a deal because you don't have the right deal, because you're not being offered as much money as you gave up when you opted out of the ESPN deal and when they ran away from you. But if you don't give a deadline, then you get to give an update. When you give a deadline and you don't hit it, you can't even give an update. You have to give an excuse. My view is I want to give the update, not the excuse. And the update I would have given during the media availability, during the All-Star game that's on ESPN would have been the following. We've got so many people interested in this package that we really can't quite narrow it down, because obviously we're trying to get the most money possible. And it's amazing to us that ESPN is back trying to get what they lost. So we are going to take our time, and we will let you know when we've made a decision. Then you're coming from this area of strength. You're coming from, my God, there's so many bidders. The price is going to go up, 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 and ESPN is going to be despondent beyond repair. But instead, you had to spend the time saying, oh, we're close. I've been busy out there. I was hoping we could get it done by now, but it will be shortly. We've made real progress. That's a terrible quote from the commissioner. I want him to stand up there, whether it's talking to Sports Business Journal or doing McAfee, whatever media he's doing, and I want him to be the leader. I want him to be the dictator. I want him to have everyone at the union, every broadcaster, every player, every fan, every sponsor looking at him and saying, that's the man in charge. Hard stop.